Hey yogis, today we're going to work on one of my favorite poses, tree pose or Vrikshasana in Sanskrit. It is absolutely one of my favorite poses and I think you're going to enjoy it. It is challenging. So again, we have a chair and the wall behind me. The precautions, if you have any ankle, knee, or hip issues, you definitely want to use modifications for this pose. The benefits is it will strengthen your legs and your core, which is awesome, and it improves your balance and focus. So let's get started. We're going to start, like I said, with the chair. Another standing pose. So you're going to stand with your feet hip distance apart or together. You've heard this many times if you've watched the previous videos. Again, still about alignment. You want a nice long spine and open up the shoulders, open up the chest, roll the shoulders back. Okay, very similar. You can start in mountain pose to kind of get your stance. All right. And then we're going to start with raising our right leg. And you want to put focus first on your grounding, as we do in most of our poses, actually all of our poses. So start with your feet or your foot that you're standing on, the left foot, anchored into the mat or the floor, whatever, carpet, whatever you're standing on. Big toe, pinky toe, pressing down both sides of the heels, pressing down into the mat. We're going to bring our other foot up. Let's just start with bringing it up. Just the heel toward the leg, all right? Now, you want to open up the hip a little bit. This is a bit of a hip opener, all right? So if you can, you want to start rotating the hip and pointing that knee to the side, all right? Now, if you're here, that's fine, all right? You don't want to push it, but just however open you feel on that side. Now, people tend to kind of do this. You want to zip it up and again, lengthen. We're still lengthening through the spine here. We still have a nice open stance, open chest, okay? This is tree pose. If you want to play around with your balance, you can add the hands to heart, all right? You can just stay here. You can lift your arms if that feels good. Open up your tree. I like to say in class, we have a lot of waving trees. It must be windy. That's okay. Okay. You don't have to be here rigidly. You can kind of loosen up a little bit, but just remember to lengthen. I'm engaging the core, pressing that belly button toward the spine. I have a nice length in my tailbone. Again, I'm not sticking my butt out. I'm not tucking it under. Just that nice neutral spot. And tree pose. And again, you can use a wall. Basically, just put your hand against the wall, just like I'm putting my hand on the chair. Or again, I've said back of the couch, anything that you have nearby that's stable that you can use, you can come up into your tree pose. Right now, just bringing my foot up just to my lower calf, I feel this leg working. So again, a lot of people think, oh, I got to get my leg all the way up. Eventually, yeah, you can start working on raising the foot, but you want to keep that length. Try not to also push. You don't want to push your leg out. You're zipping everything up. Now, as you get courageous and start bringing the leg up even further, one thing that I definitely see people do that you don't want to do is put your foot against your knee joint, because over time what you're doing is you're pressing against that joint. You don't want to do that. So you either want your foot just below the knee or bringing it above. And again, you can hold onto a chair, but even here, I'm still standing strong on my left leg. I'm pressing my foot into the other leg. I'm kind of zipping it all up and then coming into my pose. So just play around with it. I love this pose. And it's our first pose in the series. I'm stepping it out, but you definitely want to do the other side. You don't want to be walking around with one leg, stronger than the other. So yoga is about union, yin and yang. So you want to make sure that you do the other side as well. Okay, we have one more pose in our beginner series. We're going to do that tomorrow. And then we'll finally end by bringing all the poses together in a short vinyasa flow. All right, have a great day. Namaste.